I know this is serious stuff, but I find the gospel reading for this Sunday a little bit humorous. If you haven't read it yet, I will just briefly summarize it for you. So, two things. First, Jesus performs another miracle. He opens the ears and mouth of a man who was deaf and mute. And then the second thing that happens, Jesus tells them, don't tell anybody, keep it to yourself. But the more he ordered them not to, the more they proclaimed it. So I'm thinking, if I were Jesus and could perform miracles, I would close the mouths of those people so they wouldn't go and proclaim what I asked them to keep silent. But maybe it is better that I cannot perform miracles. But this is not exactly what I wanted to talk about today. Welcome everyone, Father Chris. What really caught my attention in this gospel reading is the moment of performing the miracle, or even what happened right before that moment. He took him off by himself away from the crowd. He took him away from the crowd. It almost seems like Jesus wanted to make the moment an intimate and very personal experience. Jesus' intention wasn't to make a scene. His intention was to make sure that this poor man had a close and intimate encounter with the Lord. And here's the first message I am getting today, and maybe you do too. If I want to have an intimate and personal relationship with Jesus, I need to find a time and a place away from the crowds, away from the busyness of this world. I have to take myself away from all worldly noises and distractions. And why? Because only then can Jesus perform the miracle on me, and afterwards make me listen and talk to him. He took him off by himself away from the crowd. He put his fingers into the man's ears and spitting touched his tongue. Then he looked up to heaven and groaned and said to him, Ephphatha, that is, be opened. And immediately the man's ears were opened, his speech impediment was removed, and he spoke plainly. Do you read this as I do? That at first Jesus healed his ears and then the mouth, put his finger into his ears and then touched his tongue. To hear first, and then second, to speak. I think this order is also significant. And then when I think of my prayer life, I can easily realize that it is much easier just to talk to God, to throw at Him all kinds of words and requests, but it is so much more difficult to stop and listen. Maybe you have noticed that in your prayers too, that maybe you talk more than listen to God speaking to you. I believe that Jesus purposely healed that poor man's ears first, to make him listen more, and then he healed his mouth to talk less. And then he talks to those who are there observing all of this. Be quiet, don't talk about this, keep it to yourself. But they didn't listen, they talked instead. Listen and talk. They talked, but didn't listen. So many things happened in this short gospel passage, but here is what I am hearing. Jesus wants me to have that personal and intimate encounter with Him, away from the crowds and noises of this world. And then He wants me to listen to Him first and then to talk. Well, there is so much to learn for me because it seems that in my prayer life nothing was in the right order. I talk too much, just like those who were asked to be quiet. I don't listen enough, and I am just too busy with this world. Maybe you feel the same, and if you do, ask Jesus today to perform the same miracle on you. First to take you away from the crowds, and then ask Him to open your ears first, so you can hear Him speak, and then ask Him to teach you how to talk. So let's go to work. God bless you.